Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrine's Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Albert, and you have now entered into Hangout. And people, serious issue here, serious conversation. But you know I'm gonna make light of it because I don't take these guys too serious. But for those that do, let's look at the situation. Right, we got Tazaryach of ISUPK. Right, the title. Tazaryach of ISUPK helps young African males in leading the H.O.K against Afrika Bambaataa. People, this is breaking news. You know what I'm saying? You know, we here at Israel Doctrine like to bring you that breaking news. You know, if you haven't heard, you don't know, then I'm here to inform you that Tazaryach of ISUPK, who hates Africans for what their ancestors did to the Israelites. He probably say Hebrew Israelites. I'm gonna say Israelites though. To the Israelites, you know, he hates the African did to the Israelites, right? On this same platform, the H.O.K, he attacks the Africans in many different shape, forms, and fashions. You know, he even told Shaka Utmost, who he called a homosexual, right? He told Shaka Utmost that circumcision was homosexual, you know, and then kind of protect in their account, right? He talks about the African being homosexual, the African being no good and stinking and this, that, and everything else. In another video clip, audio video clip on Sanetta TV, you can see him basically telling a young African boy that he has no love for him. He can't come anything from their grill. He's a stinking African. He's a descendant of those stinking Africans that did this and did that against him, right? This is who we talking about, people. Captain Tazaryach, you know, at his lecture, No Homo, that he did with the straight black pride with Irritated Genie, he also echoed these sentiments once again on, you know, I don't mess with Polite because he's an African. Even went into him being Igbo or whatever it is, you know, I forget exactly what he said. Can't remember everything these people say. But I mean, it's as simple as it gets, people. As simple as it gets. Right? I'm gonna try to show you a little footage of what I'm talking about for those who may have seen this video and not realize who the guy was in the video or whatever, right? But his name is Captain Tazaryach of ISUPK. And this video was floating around Facebook and everything. A lot of people have seen it in the Sankofa group or whatever. It's a very popular video. Right? Let's see if we can pull it up for you here. Let's see if we can get it. We're not going to try to show much of it, people, because, you know, pale Arabs can play this brother's videos or audio and stuff, and blacks can't. African Americans. Don't tell me I'm having problems with this thing acting up again. Yeah, the video's acting up again this morning. I don't know what's going on. I need to update this system, like I said. But anyway, here's the video, people. That's Captain Tazaryach, ISUPK, and that's the 14-year-old boy. There's his name right down there at the bottom. And that's enough of that video, people. If you've seen it, then you know the individuals in the video. So this is Captain Tazaryach. Now, where he wouldn't feed a young African, he don't mess with the Africans. Now he has been appointed spokesperson for the H.O.K to help young African males, you know, who's been sexual assaulted by Afrika Bambaataa, young African boys that, you know, potentially can be molested. Probably gonna talk about young African girls too. I don't know. They might just stick with boys and you know, do they gender thing. Don't talk about the girls and them being molested and things of that nature. Depending on how they want to address Bambaataa and address the situation, because it seems as Bambaataa was into sodomy and was not, you know, a fan of young girls. He wanted the young B-boys, you know. That was his lustful desires to, you know, get the young males and molest them, sodomize them, go down on them. So this Saturday, Sonetta will be going down to the ISUPK corner. They call it a camp, but corner, where they hold camp. And they will be addressing the issues of Afrika Bambaataa molesting young African males. Y'all will probably say why he keep harping on African, because they are using this Hebrew Israelite by the name of Captain Tazaryach to attack Afrika Bambaataa. You know, will irritated genie state some of the harshest, strongest criticism against Bambaataa? Would it be Tazaryach? Will it be someone else? Or has the gods of the Hebrew Israelites, Sonetta and Polite, truly pricked the heart of one of the Hebrew Israelites, Tazaryach, to now defend and stand up for the young African male? Once upon a time, he wouldn't feed them. Now he's protecting their rear ends. People, is this politics? Is this a sham? Is this a payoff for the Passover thing? What is this? How do a man who say he's convicted not to deal with Africans in no shape, form, or fashion all of a sudden have a stake in the African community? Notice what I'm saying. The African community, not the Hebrew Israelite community. The African community and what's going on with Afrika Bambaataa and the young black African males that he was molesting. Maybe he's going to make them Hebrew Israelites. Therefore, he feels justified in his conviction of defending them. Or maybe he's a humanitarian now, and he's for social justice for all, even the African male, young African male, old African male. Maybe he's not just on, quote unquote, the philosophy that the Israelites should be separate, set apart, and don't worry about matters of this and other nations. Only worry about matters that go on in Israel. As I said, the gods of the Hebrew Israelite, as they proclaim themselves Sonetta and Polite, probably have got to them. Because for those that may not have paid attention, like I said, I watch and pay attention to a good majority of this stuff. When he was sitting up with Polite in that hotel room or whatever, him and Kataza, right? polite little homosexual looking friend that people talked about, you know, the one that he was in the car with on Black and Nobel, that gentleman, you know, with the messed up hand with the different skin tones and stuff, that gentleman was he was trying to talk about polite shoes and Tazaryach boots. Polite sitting on the right of Tazaryach, Tazaryach sitting here. He had his hand and stuff all on Tazaryach's leg and everything while he was pointing it out and stuff. Tazaryach didn't seem to be too, you know, shaky and stuff, and like what this African doing with his hand on my knee and this, that, and the other. They was comfortable in the room with him. This is the first, you know, signs of politics, and also the first signs of we gonna see if you willing to mingle in our circles. And sure as day, Tazaryach was right there mingling in the circle, and he wasn't, you know, animate about this effeminate guy touching his knee and, you know, being in the room and being very active in the conversation and things of that nature. But we know the same Tazaryach they call, you know, the brother Shaka Atmos, a homosexual, flaming faggot and stuff. You know, he still held court in the street with him, talk with him, and still is willing to stand up with him come Saturday. Sanetta proclaimed that Shaka Atmos would be there. So, I mean, will he stand for the God of Israel, the true and living God, or will he stand for the gods of the Hebrew Israelites, Sanetta and Polite? And will he proclaim that homosexuality from the Bible, or sodomy as is called in the Bible, the abomination that it is denoted to be in the Bible, will he stand for that and go against sodomy, go against the African nations that was practicing it and the laws that was given to Israel so they wouldn't practice it? Will he go against the Kemetic community, or will he just blend in to the environment? Will he allow Sanetta them to use him for propaganda or what? People, these things gotta be asked before they go down, before they happen. Because just to show us Saturday comes, we gonna see this performance. These brothers come together, so-called black media and everything, conglomerate, come together and put Afrika Bambaataa, quote unquote, one of their own on trial and handle courts in the street. You know, they feel like the conscious community can't sit back and be quiet like the Vatican City. You know what I'm saying? When all this child pedophilia and stuff, you know, was going down. So they say, we got to say something. But let's see, once again, where are they going to talk at? In front of the ISUPK corner where they camp out at on the Sabbath day and talk about molestation on the Sabbath day, right? Sodomy on the Sabbath day with Israelites that's supposed to be doing the work of the Lord God of Israel, not the God of the Hebrew Israelites, Sanetta and Polite. People, I'm willing to watch, listen. Sanetta said, maybe I'm a live stream it. I will be watching because it's good to do good on a Sabbath day. So far as I'm concerned, going against sodomy on the Sabbath day, it's a great thing. But who will be dictating? Who will be dictating the thing? What type of script will they be running? Will they be running script from the Bible, or will they be running some other script? With a points Boy, I'm back. For some odd reason, this computer keep messing up. I didn't reboot my system. Damn. And things of that nature. So I tell y'all what. Y'all get the premise of what I'm going at. The guys of the Hebrew Israelites is pumping this young man up and sending him off to be the spokesperson against the Kemetic community, the Nuwabian community, the Zulu nation. Will he take the baton and really go in on it and really deal with it? Or would he pass the baton off and let irritated Jenny or some other spokesman that's going to be on a corner where they camp out at speak about this position and speak about this situation? If Shaka Utmost there, will they address him in that situation, seeing that the elder Gabar of GOCC said that Sarnetta had came out to him about Shaka Utmost? Will they miss this opportunity to address that again? Or the homosexuality that could be brewing in the conscious community from the Kemetic people, from the Nuwabian people, from those that could be lurking with that foul understanding and doctrine in their mind, that you're female in a male body or a male in a female body, that whole metaphysical, all this stuff that they love to get in, because the Bible don't teach that you a male in a female body or a female in a male body. That will probably be some of our pseudoism, saying, y'all pseudo. You don't believe that, but you believe that a woman was taken out from a man, taken made to be a woman. A man real was did that. And then, they go to argument and debate over ideologies, doctrine, and things of that nature. So what would this come down to, people? Would this just be a freak show and people, coming out under the theme that, truly if Bambaataa had been molested, then we could forgive him. All he was tell us that he was molested, ask for the pity of the people, and all transgressions, all sins will be forgiven. Because I'm going to be paying attention. I'm going to be watching, be paying attention. So, like I said, I like to ask things and shoot first. I like to get at it before, people really do it, at the same time affect what they going to be doing in the process, because you can't go out and bullshit once all eyes is on you and what you call yourself carrying out. But if we sit back and allow these people to go out there and put on some type of carnival show, entertainment show, where the nigga wouldn't talk to the Rolling Stones. When I say the nigga, I'm talking about Bambaataa, and we are part of the community, and we, they went to his 40th anniversary. All of them got pictures and stuff with Bambaataa. They didn't chill with the man. They didn't big them up. They didn't show them love and stuff. And like I said, for us, the local community up there in the 5 Barrows, they been knew about this. They know about who's the homosexual rappers. People know about Queen Latifah. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't no secret to them. The 45 King and all those people, it wasn't no secret to them that Dana wasn't, rocking with the penis like that. She wanted the vagina. It's just simple as that. These people know this stuff, people. I remember being at a show in Chicago, and we was at this one spot on Michigan, and we was chilling, and everybody in there performing and everything. CL Smooth was there chilling and everything, Ryan Fest, Mickey Halstead, and other big name artists from the Shy and stuff. The legendary Traxter came through and different stuff. But Queen Latifah come in the house, and people, they didn't believe it. Like Queen Latifah coming in the building, I was at the door taking the money. So when she came through, you know, I had to let her through. But anyway, Queen Latifah come through, and so this I ain't gonna say his name because you know it might been forgot about, so I ain't gonna bring it up. But this MC was on the mic. This rapper from Chicago, local dude. His name started with a Q. I go that far. And they tell him, "Hey, Queen Latifah in the house and stuff." So he make his little joke about her being, you know, butch or whatever, and you know, licking and cats and this, you know what I'm saying, and went in on her, and he thought they was playing. So he went comedic and went in on her. And I'm seeing her when she go through the door. And I'm like, what did he just say? I was like, he don't know that Latifah in the house. But she came up on stage and stuff. You know what he had to do? He apologized for everything. He egg in his face. But if he believed that he should have stood on it and he should have held his ground. But because of the name and the status and flavor, what's her company and stuff, Flavor You or whatever was Queen Latifah them company. But anyway, because of the power of a Queen Latifah, you know, he apologized and got off of that. But it's clearly known in the communities now, you know, that Latifah get down like that. So people, it's no secret. People know these things, and people in the industry, and most definitely the local people in the 5 boroughs know who's who and how they get down. The thing is, will they ever come out on social media and tell us about the things they know is going on in New York City? We see people take the opportunity to go with Baby and Wayne for the kiss and all of this stuff in hip hop today, right? They kissed on 106 in Park. They had the picture where they was whatever at some little mini mansion or whatever, and they were kissing and people face frowning up and stuff. So this is a serious issue in the hip hop community, right? In the conscious community, in the Black community. And once again, the comedics, they got to get their scholarly research and different stuff on where they find something in their text that said this is not proper behavior. You know, you'll find people like, and I shot him out, I don't have no problem, but like Mac Hill in the chat, the Flavor Unit, thank you. I knew it was Flavor. I said Flavor Unit. So, you know, Mac Hill was him talking about who need a book to tell them how to be righteous, this and that. Nah, bro. You need other people. As I said yesterday, I go with my rule. You know, a majority census of what's right and wrong. But at some point in time, whoever makes the initial ruling that this is right and wrong, for the next generations to come, you have to jot it down. You have to make a record of it. So the next council or the next people or anybody that want to hold trial on the situation will say is and state the minutes and everything else that this is what was laid down from the foundation. And the Zulu Nation, the Nuwabians, has nothing in their bylaws to say what Bambaataa did was wrong. That's my belief. That's my assumption. I may be totally wrong, but show me in the Zulu Nuwabian bylaws that what he did was wrong. So his own community, y'all talking about we in the community, his own community cannot bring him up on those type of charges and stuff. That's why I believe they didn't sent Tazaryach of ISUPK off on attacking this dead on. Irritated Genie gonna try to say his thing and say it ain't right, is not African and stuff. But where's the ancestors? Y'all might need to do a summons and summon some of the ancestors and ask them what is that African stance on homosexuality and stuff. Because if the ancestors didn't take the time and write down to leave a record, if they didn't go chisel it in the wall, as y'all claim, they so great and so honorable and doing things of that nature and leaving their records, once again, a record on how they looked on things back then this would be one of the first councils in the conscious community with the Nubian Zulu Nation, Hebrew Israelites, Moors, RBG, whoever else gonna show up that day to stand in solidarity for this situation, to pin out a code of honor in dealing with things of this nature. If they all come together and there's the so-called leaders in the community, you know, self-appointed leaders or whatever, and they can't get a code of conduct that day about this matter, and if the Israelite voice for the Bible with man should lie with man and woman with woman don't come and take over, then I will say that whole Sabbath day, notice that Sabbath day was full of bullshit and propaganda and just niggas trying to say Bambaataa owed us, and you know, we the black media, why the hell he going to the Rolling Stones? Because the Rolling Stones might be rolling him out some hard rock cash. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, people. I think Sanetta and all the other quote unquote black media that's gonna show up and call themselves really tackling this thing has to really deal with it. If not, you will see that they just bullshit media and they more about entertainment and just causing events to get viewership, to get hits, get money, and you know, entertain y'all and not really deal with the problems that's going on in our community. Because a man sucking a young boy off for trying to go up his anus is very serious. And for a man to be trying to penetrate a young girl is very serious. This is what you call molestation, statutory rape, and everything else. And if you're going to put Bambaataa on trial, I suggest also that y'all really, really, really look into the mighty Hebrew and the molestation charges that was on him. He said he has no problem talking about why he was locked up, how wrong it was, and things of that nature. And it's for show. He went on a Pale Arab show and gave him all his records to try to show that he was innocent on those charges. So the Ra squad sub group Team Osiris will not have to take pop shots at this brother and sneak shots, but he could go on Sanetta TV, one of the biggest platforms out there, and prove his innocence on his molestation charges. So Hebrew Israelites are not immune to this either. We have people in our community that has quote unquote molested a statutory rape someone, and that need to be addressed too. So Tazaryach, make sure you deal with your own community. And your wife that Polite put on cross the line with said you was friends with Mighty Hebrew, so on and so forth. So therefore, you can't leave out the Hebrew Israelite community. Don't y'all go bullshitting on the Sabbath day about these type of issues, or you will be called out on it. If no one else will call you out, I'm gonna call you out on it. You gotta be held accountable for the bullshit that y'all finna go do. You either gonna be righteous in your acts or you're gonna be unrighteous, and the public is watching. So this is a public service announcement. Social justice must be upheld at all costs. And who is to uphold social justice in our community? Our leaders. And if y'all not gonna do it, then y'all need to get your ass out the way and let somebody else come through to make sure social justice prevails in our community that's being did unjust. With that said, I'm gone, and I got to clean this computer out because all this information is causing this thing to freeze up and act a fool, or them people messing with my computer. Let's hope it's the latter, and that I just need to do some maintenance to the computer, get all them damn videos and screenshots and stuff and put them in a hard drive and take them off of the main hard drive on the computer. With that said, people, subscribe to the channel, because if these niggas go bullshitting this Sabbath day, then I'm gonna address it again. And if I see them do it live or whatever, I'm gonna take my notes and most definitely address it. Don't forget the Shaka Utmost, Mighty Hebrew, Afrika Bambaataa, or anybody else that may be lurking in the dark in the conscious community. All that shit need to be addressed on a day where y'all gonna have all the media there, all the people there, watching and listening and dealing with this thing that Bambaataa and the Zulu nation and the Nubian nation has let become, you know, the focal point and the talking point of the community. So don't bullshit. Either shit or get up off the pot. It'll be a shame if y'all sit on that pot and y'all don't shit. Y'all don't have something coming out. Or y'all just pass gas and don't really produce, manifest a turd. So it's whatever you want to say, however you want to look at it, man. Don't go bullshitting the people, Sadnetta, Tazaryach, Irritated Genie, and the rest of y'all. You know, this is not no bullshit conversation. This is real deal. And there's a lot of people, as been stated, even with King Simon saying what he said, for us, him being touched by, you know, female family members. And I told y'all Abundant Child that been on my show. It's a lot of individuals in this community that been touched, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a game. It's a very sensitive issue. You know, I'm gonna make light of it right now, you know, because I think it's funny as hell that y'all got Tazaryach, you know, helping protect the young African male, because he can't prove that they're Hebrew Israelites. And if he do the whole, well, I'm up here because really they Hebrew Israelites, you know what I'm saying? What happened to the young African that he wouldn't feed? He should have copped down and said the same thing. No, he's a Hebrew Israelite. I mean, he black. He looked like a Hebrew Israelite. He looked like an African American, Negro, color, black, and all the other bywords. Why he just couldn't cop out with that? So you didn't cop out then. You can't cop out now. The guys of the Hebrew Israelites got you protecting young African males. And I'm glad to see the progression. Sign another polite. Keep making that nigga repent. Peace.